All right, guys, welcome back for another episode. We're excited for this one today because this is one that for me it's a little kind of fresh because of them haters on the damn internet. Um this is something that it, I think half of it is just to be educated and some of it is ignorance, but I truly feel like most people come from a place that they just don't know better. So
Mhm.
we today are going to talk about like verbiage that goes with adoption, like what to say and what not to say to people who are adopted. And the crazy thing is that in talking to other like adoptees, some of it bothers people and some of it doesn't. And it's not like the bigger ones, it's like just the smaller ones, but we'll get into that more. So, what should we start on, friend?
Like you said, I mean, I almost feel like it's like a tiered system in a way, but at the end of the day, it is about being respectful.
No, it
Like,
is. Yeah, 100%. Yes, exactly.
let's just let's clear that up. I guess we could go down just the line of the different things because, like, you're talking about haters on the internet. Like, I just came across some of my TikTok here recently, and I was like, I had to put the phone down and breathe
Oh, I swear,
before I responded.
people
And
are
some you just can't respond to. Some you have to just like scoot on past because you don't want to engage because you can tell they're trying to get at you.
no, it's true. And
You know
that's
what
what
I
I was
mean?
talking about yesterday is like freaking hurt people hurt people. Like they are hurting so
Right.
bad. So they just like lurch. And I'm just like, I don't get why the hell you don't know me. You're a stranger, but you come out. I just don't understand it.
Well, and it's one of those things that like, and it's almost like they think they're coming from. I guess I don't know. I'm assuming on this one, and I'll admit I'm assuming, but it's almost like they think that they're coming from a place of such enlightenment and I know better than you do of how you
Yes.
feel. Let me
Yes.
tell you why you feel this way. Like we were just talking about before we started.
Yeah.
When people say this, and I know this burns you up just as much as it does me, when they say, don't you want to meet your real parents? I had to, I like, I have to pray sometimes before I respond to people. And I do that more so now than I did when I was younger. When I was younger, I would just, and I know my face said it all because I would give them are you kidding?
But I get it. It's like, what the hell? Like, that is my real mom. That is my real dad.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. And sometimes they don't even realize it. Like somebody, I was talking to to adopted mom or to a mom that adopted. I was trying to think of a way to say that without confusing it because in my brain it even got confused. But to a mom whose daughter is adopted, and she was telling me that somebody in our church said they were talking about something of Buddy, the movie Elf. That's what it was, and it's talking about how Buddy was going to look for his real parents, and I was like,
that's a
and
no.
she said the same thing. She was like, they didn't realize what they were saying,
Right.
and they genuinely did not mean it
Yeah.
in a mean way. And
Yeah.
there are people out there, like you said, who don't mean it in a mean way. They just don't know how else to process it.
Exactly. Exactly.
But then there are those who say it
Yeah.
to almost devalue
Yes. Yes.
your parents and
Yes.
to take away from it for some reason, because in their brain, they believe that if you're not genetically connected, then you're not really family.
Yes.
And, I'm sorry, but the royals in England and Spain and all that, they tried that out and here we are. Like, we obviously see why that doesn't work like that anymore.
Exactly. No,
So
it's yeah.
yeah, blood isn't always, and like you said, they don't always realize it. They don't always know, but when they double down on it, that's when you know they're coming from a place of ignorance.
Right.
And hateful ignorance at that.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, I
no.
went on a tangent on that one. That one
No.
that one burns me up all
No.
the time.
That's good. I was trying to find specifics because I mean, there's some that I'd never even heard of before, like adoption terms that I was kind of shocked on. Let's see if I can pull this up. So, like, yeah, like some of these I'm
Like actual
what?
adoption terms that people have like
Put on the internet.
uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Okay, just
So
throwing this out here. You need to go watch our YouTube so you can see the face that I just made at that list you just showed me.
like,
Ugh.
okay, so they have a positive section and they have a negative section. So, okay, like obviously the
Of
first
course
one that
they
we're
do.
talking
Of
about,
course they do. Of course there's two different. Of
and
course. Go ahead,
these
sorry.
are no, you're totally fine. These are the people that I just like. Some of them I'm like, huh, really? Like what? Like what made you think that that is negative? That's just me. Like, does that make sense? Like, there's some of them I'm like, it's really not that
Let's
negative.
go.
There's okay. So
Let's go
like
down
this.
that list.
Okay, so this one on the positive, it has birth
Mhm.
parent. The negative is the real parent, which we both that that is
Yeah, we both
valid.
agree on that one. Yeah, we agree.
This one was kind of weird. Biological parent versus natural parent. The negative is a natural parent versus I don't really understand that one. Do you understand that one?
Okay, so I'm going to show my ignorance here a little bit because to me, I don't want to say that. Forget it. I don't want to say that because that's going to
Okay.
be so awful. Like my
No.
family will listen to this and go, "What did she just say?" And I'll be like, "Sorry."
See, like
Yeah,
this one,
no,
this one I don't understand either. The positive is birth child. The negative is own child. What the like to me, what the hell? Those birth moms that have given up their children, that's my birth child. No, that is your own damn child, mama. Like that is I don't like that one.
I don't even understand what that's in reference to.
No, I don't
Like,
either.
is that from like a biological mom's standpoint and biological dad's standpoint? Is that
Adoption
like who is
mama
that
adoption
birth
mama
child?
blog. I don't know. That's what it's coming from. And there's a whole bunch of
Birth. I mean, birth child
who
is the
says that?
positive.
Yeah, but who says that anyway?
Are we sure?
Yeah,
I feel like it's not.
It is on here, friend. I promise you.
Like I mean, no, I believe you. I believe that you're looking at that, but I really feel like birth child.
Like some of
I
these are
almost
just
feel like birth child is worse than own child because it's almost like you are, and this is maybe not in this way, but I'm taking it like you're completely detaching yourself
yes,
from everything that you did to give that child life.
Agreed, 100%
by saying
with you.
Birth child. That's. I'm so sorry for Pocket.
Oh, it's totally fine. She just wants your attention. Hello, look
she
at me.
Really does. She really, really does. Okay, keep going. I'm really confused by this list.
So this one says the positive is my child and the negative is adopted child or own child.
Okay, I will agree with my child is the positive. Own child?
I feel like own child is a positive too. Why is that a negative?
I feel like own child's a positive. I don't understand how own child is like, this is my own child. Like this is, well, I mean, I don't even think that doesn't even flow in a sentence. This is Delancey, our own child. Like, how does that doesn't work?
Yeah.
This is our daughter Delancey. Like,
yeah.
Positive. Oh, this is my child Delancey.
Yeah.
Positive. This is my daughter Milena. Positive. I don't understand. Like, this is my adopted daughter Milena. My adopted daughter Delancey. Yeah, that'd be offensive. Yeah. But own doesn't even work.
No.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. The positive on this one, born to unmarried parents, and the negative is illegitimate. What?
How about just child? I don't.
Why do we have to put the positive as unmarried or married? Because there's some people. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? I don't. Really
this
like
isn't back.
I might be finding a new list. I swear I found like.
I swear to goodness gracious alive, who wrote this list? Who wrote it?
It says adoptionmamablog.com.
Well, adoptionmamablog.com, you're on my nerves. You are on my nerves because okay. I'm assuming based on the name, adoptionmamablog.com.
She's an adoptive mama.
She's a mother that adopted.
Yeah.
So she's not an adoptee.
No.
Okay. As long as we're all clear on that.
That's what I got to go back to that freaking list. I don't want to keep reading it, but seeing that. Okay. This one, make an adoption plan is the positive and the negative is to give away. A lot of them that I've seen. Is placed. Yes. I don't know why we have to say
Placed.
make an adoption plan. I feel like that's way more of a mouthful than like you were placed for adoption. Well, you want to know the crazy thing? Growing up though, I always said like that I was given up for adoption, and I felt
See, I did
nothing.
too.
I felt nothing wrong with that. Like, granted, now
I
I know
either.
my lingo, and if somebody says
Right.
you were given up, it's not like I'm like, oh snap, no, I was placed. Like, I don't correct them. I'm just like, yeah, like
If they, the only time I do is if they're nasty about it.
correct.
Oh,
Like,
she abandoned you. She gave
right.
you up. Excuse you. Let's correct that real quick. Let's educate you. She placed me for adoption. Thanks so much.
Seriously.
Bye bye. But no, I did the same thing you did. But I don't know that. I don't know that I always said given up. I know I've always said I was adopted. Like,
correct.
I'm adopted.
Yeah. Exactly. No,
But
I
like,
agree 100%.
I never volunteered it, but I never hid it either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't like, hi, Susie Q. I'm Delancey. I'm adopted. Nice to meet you. Like, it was never anything like that.
No. Yeah. No, I agree. Sorry, some of these are weird. I'm reading them.
No, you're fine. I'm wondering where my dog is having like she's playing with like 10 different toys right now.
So this one, no, you're good. This one says positive is the waiting child, and the negative are an adoptable child and an available child. I mean, I get that. You don't want to really be like, we have a child available for you, but like, I just feel like it's so weird. Like, who
waiting
says
child is
waiting
still
child?
a little
Yeah.
strange. I mean, but that's, I guess I don't really, I don't know.
See, and that's the thing. Some things trigger other people that don't trigger, like for me at all. Like, I wouldn't even have thought of that. Does that make sense? Like this one too. The positive is making contact with, and the negative is a reunion. Why is the reunion a bad thing? Like, why can I be like, when I finally get to Columbia to meet my birth family, be like, we had such a amazing reunion. Why is that a bad thing? I was with her.
I don't understand how that's a bad thing either. I don't know. I don't see how that's.
No,
I don't see how that's a bad thing.
No,
I don't really, because you are being reunited with the woman that gave you life.
Exactly.
How is that negative?
I don't know.
Did she give explanations, or is it just a list?
This is just straight up a list.
Oh,
and so this one too.
Lovely.
Positive is a parent. Negative is adoptive parent. I don't necessarily think it's a negative, but I feel like when you're in the adoption community, when you talk about other people, it's like you're an adoptive mama because you did adopt, but I still want to give them the courtesy and be like, you are a parent. Same with me. Like, I am not just an adoptee. I'm a daughter. I'm a child of God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just, so for that, it goes back to how people address you. Like, if every time they talk about you, you're like, oh, you're just an adoptive parent. Like, no, you're a parent. You're straight up a parent. Like,
see, and it's weird because like for me, I always like, and I guess the way I respond to it depends on how they say it.
Right.
Because I do educate on the verbiage for me.
Right.
I always want my parents to be called my parents. Like, they're not my adopted parents. Like that bothers me. Like, do not take away, because trust me, I was not easy. Yeah. I was not easy. And so they earned every single letter of mother, father, parent. They earned all of that.
Yeah.
So for me, if they're like, if it's somebody that's saying it like, oh yeah, I know you're like, they're trying to, in their brains, trying to differentiate and explain and ask me a question like, you know, were your adoptive parents receptive with you meeting your real parents, and how did that go about? I'm like, hey, you know, I hear you. That was a really great question. Let me explain. My parents are my parents. And then I have my bio mom and my bio dad. That's what I call them. That's how I keep them separate. I totally get where you're coming from though. But, you know, just for future reference, that's what we say.
Right.
But everyone's different on that aspect. Like, even we're different on that. It's all in how each adoptee wants it addressed, I guess, for that aspect.
Agreed.
To see how you should talk about it to them.
And like you said, you just educate them. You just don't be a freaking dickhead about it when you educate them.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? Like, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I was about to say, now, if they come at you sideways, well, first be kind. Try to be kind, because they may not know what they do.
Say a prayer.
Say a prayer. count to 10,
Jesus
give
be
them a
with them.
warning, let them know in a nice warning of, I understand where you're coming from, but
Right.
respectfully, X, Y, and Z is your explanation. And if they keep coming at you sideways, then whatever.
Right,
You warned them.
exactly. I feel like that's it's just general in life though when you disagree
Right.
with somebody.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which can be
I,
hard.
I completely agree with that too.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can, like you said, with life in general, you can be mad, you can be happy, you can be sad, whatever. But if you cross a line and then you double down, you keep crossing the line, that's really on you at that point.
Exactly.
And it's on you to either like stay double down and stick with your decision to say what you said, or you can go, hey, listen, I crossed the line. I'm so sorry. Let me move on.
Yeah.
And it's all of that. Sorry. Life
No.
lesson, guys.
Don't be sorry. Not one bit. Don't be
Life,
sorry.
life lesson, guys. We're
Okay.
having life lesson night.
This one I think is weird too. So the positive is adoption triad and the negative is adoption triangle. Like for me, I don't understand. Like I feel like triad is more of like a fancy word, but why does triangle matter? Like it makes a triangle if we're being honest. Like all three go together: birth mom, adoptee, adoptive parent.
Okay,
like,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't understand what that even means.
Like
I don't you saw my hand up, right? Like
teacher
question. I've never heard that before. I feel like that's on me for not knowing that.
That's not a bad thing, though.
I mean,
no. So yeah, a lot of people call it the
see,
triad, but I don't feel like a triangle is bad to call it a triangle because it legitimately makes a triangle.
I feel like the triangle sounds nicer and softer than triad. Triad sounds scary. Like
I can see that.
I mean, when you said it, I was like, triad's positive because that sounds kind of like, to me, it sounds scary. It sounds dangerous.
I get that.
Like almost like a secret governmental agency, the triad.
I get that. Yeah. Okay. No, I get that.
See what I mean?
Get that. Yes. Now I do. Okay. This next one, the positive is to search. The negative is to track down parents.
I feel like that'd be just terrible to say about anybody. I'll track you down.
Right? No, I
feel like that's across the board. I mean, I'll agree with that one wholeheartedly.
No, agreed.
Track you down.
This one, okay. The positive is child placed for adoption. The negative is an unwanted child. I agree with that one because nobody wants to be unwanted. You know what I mean? Like nobody does. Even in families that stay together, but the parents are like shitty as hell and the kids wish that they were in a different family. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's like no one ever wants to go through life feeling unwanted or less than. I agree with you on that. And I think legitimately that's the first line that I've heard that I'm like 100% hands down. Yes, I agree with this.
Yeah, no, agreed. Okay. And then this last one is the positive is was adopted. The negative is adopted.
What?
The positive is was adopted. The negative is adopted. I don't really feel like there's a difference. What's the difference between was and is in front of adopted?
I guess is present and was is past tense. However, I don't really feel like me being adopted changes whether it happened back in 1984 or I'm, 38 now.
Agreed.
It's still, yeah, you're welcome. It's told you my age. I feel like I'm still adopted, whether it was adopted or is adopted. Correct. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah. No.
I is adopted. I am adopted.
I is adopted.
Like, are we? Yeah, no, that's dumb. Sorry. What was it? Adopted mom lovesblogs.com. What was that?
Adoptive mom.
Was that her name?
Whatever.
She's on my nerves. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible. Like,
no.
She is probably a very nice lady.
Trying to educate
probably a very
people.
nice lady. However, and she is trying to educate people. However, I do not agree with the list. Except for that one line. That one line I do agree with.
Okay, so that's kind of the end of hers, but there's some that I even asked like on my Instagram, like whether with birth mamas, like do you say with their pregnancy, is it which I got a lot of people that corrected me on it, which I was shocked. Like was it unplanned? I think I said unexpected pregnancy, like, and everybody's like, oh, you're supposed to say unplanned. Like, I'm like, okay.
Okay,
And
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's the same damn
like,
thing.
that's what I feel like it, but you're being
Sorry for the cussing.
nicer. Does
Not
that
at
make
all.
sense? Nicer.
Well,
Dude, I,
I know. But I just want, you know me, I have to, like, I apologize every 5 minutes. Uh, I feel like unplanned pregnancy and unexpected pregnancy are literally the same thing. At that point, you're just going for optics
yeah.
as to what's going to be more pleasing to the ear or
Right.
more pleasing to the eye when you're reading it. It's something
Correct.
that just, you know, is the difference between an A and a B on an English paper.
No, exactly. Exactly. 100%. That's kind of, I can't find any more of the lists that like I've done. There's some on Instagram that I've seen from other adoptees that I'm like, dude, you just angry with the, it's kind of like this like lady. I'm like, you just angry with the shit that you're trying to like make up. Oh, maybe if I search this. What are other ones that you know of off the top of your head?
That we were abandoned.
Oh yeah.
That almost provokes violence out of me, to be honest. Just because, like, that is such a strong word and to use as a blanket statement that it takes away from the people who really are and truly abandoned and left, whether it's at like a hospital, a police station, or in a home, whatever the situation is. To say all adopted children or all children that are placed for adoption are abandoned, it's just disgusting to me. But
I agree. I agree. No, I totally agree. There's this one that's negative. So this one I agree with. The positive is we love you. The negative is we love you like our own. Like I do understand. I have empathy for that one because
I agree with that.
Like, because it's like, yeah, like why does it have to be like our own? Like, because for me, for instance, I'm the only adopted in my family. Like they have 4 biological of their own, my siblings, but it's like, why do you love me like your own? Like, why would you ever tell me? You know what I mean? Like, I get that.
I say the only instance I can think of that somebody could potentially say that is if they're fostering.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
That's the only instance I could
with that. Yeah,
possibly think that would be said in that, because I can't think of anybody that does adoption that would say that, because they are your own.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
like they're yours.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, I mean, I could be completely wrong about the fostering thing, but that's the only situation I could think of that you would ever say that to a kid or a child or whatever.
Right.
To make them realize that, yeah, you're ours. Like, we take you seriously as a member of this family.
Correct. And I can see that. I can totally see that. Ooh, here's actually some good ones that I found on this chart. Things, not necessarily like lingo or like terminology, but things people that you probably shouldn't say.
That you should not say.
Well, like you should or should. Yeah. So you should or shouldn't say. And some of them I can see, but some of them I'm like, you know what I mean? Ooh. Like I feel like it just determines. So this one, it's wonderful that you adopted. Like, to adoptive parents, I get that, because you don't know their past and maybe they did struggle with infertility forever. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I can see that. Like, it's wonderful that you adopted.
That's on the shouldn't list, right?
Yes.
Should not say that. Okay, yes. Good. I was just making sure that we were on the right list.
No,
no, you should not say that ever.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Because it's their baby.
Every reason you just said. Because that.
Yeah. No. And like, I always tell people like how much I love adoption, and I totally advocate for it. And I think like everybody should, but that's just me because I love it so much because of what it's done to my life. But I would never be like, oh my gosh, it's so wonderful that you adopted. I just tell them, oh my gosh, your babies are so freaking cute. Like,
right. It's like, why do you have to point out that they're like,
that's like pointing out, oh, look, you're white, they're black. Oh, look, you're Hispanic, they're black. Like, why does it matter? Like, I don't understand that.
Like, they don't have eyes.
Right.
Like they do not have eyes. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
So this is another one on the no. Oh, I've had this said to me, which it really, oh, hang on. I skipped down to the last. Okay. This next one, I've had it said to me in a different way, but this one says she's lucky to have you as parents. So it's like saying that to parents who have adopted. But I've had that. You're so lucky that they're your parents because they brought you to America and now you have all this golden opportunity. And it's just the way that it's said that I'm like, ooh, cringe. But I mean, like, I get it. Like, I do. And I know I am super blessed. And like I said, I wouldn't change anything because I love where I'm at.
Right.
Because I tell people that all the time. Wouldn't have my husband, wouldn't have my children, wouldn't have all the opportunities that I have in my life. You know what I mean? But like, nobody wants to be told that even if they're not adopted. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. And that really irks me lately because it's like, it's not luck. Like, it's not luck. It's like,
it's in God's plan in case some people have forgotten. However, it's funny that you said, even if you're not adopted, I'm almost positive that, because 2 of us are adopted, 2 of us are biological. I'm almost positive that statement has been said to all 4 of us throughout our lives. At some point in time. I'm almost positive. That same statement has been said to the biologicals and the adopted. And I just kind of, it's almost like I'm with you, like it's kind of cringy. And then it's kind of at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Yes, absolutely. Because I actually said this not too long ago I don't think they expected the response that I gave them. I said, absolutely, yes, because I would not be the strong woman that I am in a male dominated profession if they were not my parents.
Hell yes, woman.
And they were just kind of like,
yeah.
And I was like, because I don't need to be a meek little woman. No. I need to have my dad's business smarts and my mom's strong attitude.
Hell yes.
And I mean, and they're just like, oh yeah, I could see how that's a benefit. It's like, that's what that.
I just think it's dumbass to say. I don't like when people are like, oh my gosh, they're so lucky. And it's like, they worked really hard to get where they're at. Like the thing is like, people don't understand that people have to grind. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what's really bad though, and I'm so sorry to interject.
No, you're fine.
This is how my brain works. Every time you've said lucky and I've said lucky and people say lucky, my brain goes, and any of you younger children that have no idea what I'm talking about, you should go YouTube this. Lucky by Britney Spears. My brain goes straight to that music
pregnant
video.
Did you see that? She's pregnant.
I know, I did see that. She is with her first baby with her boyfriend. I'm so excited for her.
Crazy.
So I'm excited for her. She finally gets to do what she wants.
Song. And they say that's a good song. Mm-hmm. Go listen to Lucky if you're young. And
go listen to Lucky by Britney
one.
Spears. Britney is queen.
That's so funny. Okay, this one. I just want to slap the hell out of who's ever like. You are good people. I couldn't raise someone else's child. By our silence, you know how we both feel if you're not watching the video. Like, whew, that makes my heart race. I can feel my heart rate going up, like legit. You're such good people. I couldn't raise somebody else's child. Well, girl, you can't even raise your own damn children. So I can't. And you know, people get shit like that said to them.
And the thing is what kills me is that I almost want to be like, wow, audacity must be on clearance for you to say something like that. Like, how?
That's true. It is true.
How could anybody? I would understand thinking it because we can't control our thoughts. Sometimes we think things we're not supposed to think.
Correct.
When you make the conscious choice to take it from here and to shoot it out your mouth.
Yeah. No, seriously though.
I'm like literally running through my head what my parents would say to somebody if they said that to them about me and my sister, or what my sisters would have said if they heard somebody say something like that about,
right.
Like, yeah, no, audacity would have to be on clearance. It would have to be. There's no way.
Agreed. Yeah. No, I agree.
Wow, I thought adoption fall got us going. I really did. This
right?
Definitely gets us both on this one.
Agreed. Okay, this other one. She's much better off with you. That's telling like adoptive or parents who have adopted that. I've heard that on my end, like, oh my gosh, you're so much better off because you were adopted. And it's like, I know that, dipshit, but really, why are you saying that to me? Like,
No, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Now, I will, because we are fully transparent on here, we are fully honest. I will admit that um so one of the things that my parents did, just quick little backstory on this before I tell you the second part. Quick little backstory. Whenever we were living over in Louisiana like a million years ago,
mhm.
we did fostering for Mercy Ministries,
Okay.
which was essentially like I want to say it's like an adoption agency it's a Christian adoption agency that works with, I need to make sure I say this correctly, according to Adoption Loves, Mama Loves Blogs.com, whatever. Unwed mothers that get pregnant and want to place their babies for adoption.
Okay.
So we would foster some of the babies. Well, there was
Okay.
one baby in particular that we just fell in love with. And we were like, oh my God, like my parents sat me down. I was in 5th grade at the time. So this was quite some time ago.
Yeah.
And how they asked me how I would feel if we adopted him. And I got ecstatic. I wanted a brother. I mean, I have a brother now, but at the time I didn't have one. And I really wanted one. And I was all about it. And I was like, yes,
Yeah.
please. Well, when they were going to go and tell them, because we had him for a few months, if my memory is correct, a few months we had him because nobody was adopting him. Nobody was adopting him. And he was just this most beautiful baby. Well, when they went to go tell them that, yes, we want to be considered, another family had already put in to be considered and they were going to adopt him. So it worked out how it was supposed to work out.
Right, right.
Fast forward, since a couple years back, I believe, or maybe it was a year back. I don't know. COVID really threw me off with how 2020 was. 2020 felt like 10 years. But it was quite some time. It was a little bit ago. My mom calls me and she's upset. And he was about 21, maybe 21, 22, early 20s. And what ended up happening was he ended up passing away. I don't know all the details. I do know that he unfortunately was murdered. And it was devastating for my mom. Like she was heartbroken.
Oh my God.
And as she's talking to me and she's saying, I don't remember, it was hard to understand her a little bit just because, she's so upset. I'm trying to like get her to be okay. And I'm trying to get her to understand, like, I know this sucks right now, but this is all, I mean, it's hard to get someone to understand at that moment. And it was hard for me too, but it was harder for her. And I actually said that phrase. He was better with us for that time period. He was better off with his family because he may not have made it even to his early 20s.
Correct.
Because of where he came from.
Yeah.
I did make that statement. I did make that phrase. And I said, you gave him a chance.
See, and right there, I think it's just like the wording. Like you can say something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and I think it's the tone behind it too. Because if you say it in an empathetic way, because in that moment, I know you're hurting and I know you feel like you didn't do enough. And I know you feel like you didn't try. And I know you feel like in this moment, you're taking this all on, but it's like, I need you to understand they had a better chance with you and with them, with his parents than he would have ever had where he came from.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's kind of like, if you're saying it in that instance, yes.
Right.
If you're saying it in the instance of, oh, they're just better off with you. They're so much better off with you.
Yeah. Yes.
I saw what they're like. I know the country that she came from better off. Like, back up. You don't know the situation. You don't know what's going on. If you said it in a nicer way, in a nicer tone, with a nicer behind it, it's easier to swallow. But I had to share that though, because I can't hold on to that and be like, oh yeah, that's a terrible phrase when I've said it myself. Like,
no,
I'm not gonna lie.
No,
but like,
no. And I think
there's reasons. Yeah, there's reasons for certain things, but
right.
You
So
have to be
like,
careful how you say it.
exactly. Like with me now, because honestly, okay, I'll be honest, growing up and stuff, there was like the stigma. I'm from Columbia, drug lord capital of the
I
world.
wasn't gonna say it.
30,
I wasn't
what,
gonna say it.
34 years ago when I was
Yes.
adopted. It's changed drastically now though. And so
Mhm.
it's like I was scared, I was scared.
Yeah.
Everything, and hearing my mom go down there and the story she told me, like, she went down, she had to be in armored cars and like, cause like, just, yeah, it's just crazy, just nuts. Okay. And so growing up, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I am better off here in America for sure. But now that I've gotten to know my bio family
Mhm.
and like with things that it's like, I still feel adoption was meant in the cards for me because I feel like they have to work 4 times as hard to get
Mhm.
where they want to be. Does that make sense? Because
Oh no, 100 times. Yeah.
they're not presented with those opportunities. So for me,
Mm-mm.
it's kind of like, yeah, I know God wanted, and then it goes back
Right.
to like like when I first met him, I had crazy guilt because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so much better off than you guys are. And like, because really, like, like I have a mom and I have a dad, which they never
Right.
had a dad. And I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I could get into it forever. So, I mean, I get both things. I think it is exactly what
It's
you said. It's how you
it's
say
how
it.
you say it. It's how you say it, and it's how you approach it.
Exactly.
Because that's one of those phrases, like you said. I mean, it can be very comforting,
Yes,
or it can be very volatile and
exactly.
triggering.
Exactly.
That is one of those, like, it's a flip of a coin, and you just have
Yes.
to be careful with how you approach it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh, that's kind of like stuff that I've seen on the internet. So let's go a little bit more. We'll take a little bit of a direction. We won't go crazy long because I don't keep these crazy long, but things that have been said to you, and I'll go over things that have been said to me on the internet from freaking trolls and strangers. And
On the
sometimes even,
internet.
yeah, and sometimes people that just, some of them, it's truly people that I've learned it's not out of ignorance, like, because I've had good conversations, but like,
Right.
we should make I don't know, a moment of it. Maybe if we have them sometimes. Jackass moment of the day on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we should. I feel like maybe at some point in time we should work in, because I know, because you have a very strong Instagram following. And then
Yes.
I have a strong TikTok following, because
Yes.
and also I've lost my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram right now, I apologize if you get any weird messages, by the way, shameless plug. But I know we both have had those moments where you just go, seriously?
Yes.
Like, you really just took the time to type that out and then hit send?
Right. Yes.
Like, and you thought this was a good idea? Like, I
Mhm.
really feel like at some point we should incorporate that into the end, like either a jackass moment of the day, or like shining star of the day, something
I
like that,
know.
where it's like somebody so overwhelmingly supportive that you just go,
Yes. Well, and I've been listening to a couple different podcasts too. And once we like get more traction with this, we should start
mhm.
reading reviews if we have reviews. Because my husband pointed out the other day, he's
Yes.
like, babe, you guys got like 3 reviews and it's 5 stars. And I'm like, what? And
What?
so like, yeah.
We have 3 reviews?
So that's what we
Shut
need to
the
do is
front
like
door. Are you serious?
shout. Yeah, we need to shout. We need like, because I think it'd be great to shout people out, because if they're willing to put in
Absolutely.
review, I should get on and see. But
Oh
anyway,
my
go on
gosh.
to that of, okay, give me one thing that people have said to you, friend, that has been like, you just want
Do you want like something that's been said to me that's like volatile that makes me want to punch into the screen? Because I
yes,
can go
please
there.
do.
Oh God, I can go. Oh, I can go there. Let me find it, because I don't want to misquote her.
How do I look at them? We have
Uh,
3 ratings. Oh, maybe we don't have any reviews yet. I lied. So
just
when
3
we start,
ratings.
we've got 3 ratings for 5 stars, but if we start getting reviews, so you peeps that listen, because I know we've got some very diligent listeners, which we thank from the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of our hearts, start writing
Yes, we do.
reviews. Like, write reviews and we'll read them, because we do this because we also want feedback. If you follow me on
We
Instagram, I always talk about it. Like, please go listen and give us feedback or give us something, because you guys always help us come up with crap that we can talk about too. So,
right.
okay.
Is there a way we can see who left us the reviews?
I think they ask for a name. So if you put a name down.
Hey, buddy. Okay, bye, buddy. Just kidding.
Are you done, Mom? It's called my husband's at it. Oh, okay. Let me see it. Okay, go ahead and start reading it and I'll listen.
I am looking to see because this one, oh God, it was so awful. Like, I want to find it. I have it on one of my videos because I ended up responding to it, and this person was just crazy.
There's a lot of times I have to hold my tongue when people comment.
I'm
Some of them
telling
I just
you,
delete.
I am telling you. Let's see. This is one. It was on my TikTok. I'm not going to put his at because for the simple fact, pocket stop, please. Thank you. I'm not going to put his at for the simple fact if I don't want to give him more traction than he already got from commenting on my video because he got a lot of feedback on it. Not like me, I just made fun of him, but other people like went in hard on him. And I was all about it because the comment he made was very ignorant. And it says, your parents are the ones that raised you and loved you, not the one that abandoned you.
Damn.
Now, can we just go ahead and note that he did not use proper spelling at all? It took me a few minutes to like actually figure out what he was saying. So yeah, that was one of them. Another one was, I was trying to look for it. This is on the video that went viral on TikTok of me meeting my bio mom. And she said, so this sweet viral video, and you said you didn't even want to meet her, but your parents had you do it. And then 2 emojis going.
Oh my gosh.
I want to be like, I was literally 32 years old. My parents could barely make me do anything when I was 17. Like, you really think they could in my 30s? Like, come on now. Let's be honest here. And I can't find the other one, but if I remember correctly, she said, I just don't get it. Blood doesn't matter. She's a stranger. Why would you do that to your parents? I was like, are you kidding? And so I actually made a video responding to her. And I said, I'm not sure why you're being so brash or what's going on. And I said, if you're going through something, I really hope that you can talk to somebody and find someone to speak with. If you need to speak with someone, I'm here. I'll listen to you. That's fine. But to attack me because of whatever you have, that's not okay. And then she goes, I didn't attack you. And everybody, someone else commented and was like, how did you not attack her?
That's the thing. When you get loyal people, man, they eat people alive.
Man, they go.
They
like,
got your back.
Dude, I love my followers on TikTok. If y'all are here for my TikTok, I absolutely love you so much. 100%. I love you for the simple fact that I appreciate the amount of loyalty that they show by protecting me. I've never had that before. And I find it so incredible that they're like, don't talk to her like that.
Right.
And I'm over here going, thank you.
Right.
Thank you for standing up for me. So I didn't have to.
Seriously.
Okay, you go.
Oh, I'm trying to, there's a lot of them that I deleted because for my mental health, I just have to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. For mental health, sometimes you just have to go, no.
Let's see. There's like my one, I don't know how, 9 weeks ago that I did on Instagram and then it went viral. It's got like almost 800,000 views. It's like the one where I kind of, and I know the way I did it is like a hook, line, and sinker. Like, ooh, look, I'm only one of 7 that was adopted.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of these people, man, like I know there's stuff that like one lady, and I know you've said this before, she's like, just say you're the pick of the litter. And I know you said that like all growing up, and that kind of like, I think it's because I'd already gotten like 5 or 6 really dumbass comments that I was like, there's just so like this one. To be on the flip side, this girl took the time to read my mother effing caption. Okay. This one actually really, really, really like made my heart. She goes, so beautiful that you have positive things to say about your mother. That's really mature of you to understand her despite the pain you felt. You have overcome and saw the situation from her point of view, which not a lot of people have the power to do. It shows how mentally powerful you are. We need people like you who are able to acknowledge others' pain as well as they acknowledge their own pain. Hope only the best for you and your kind soul. Like, why can't we have more of that shit on the internet?
Why was that so nice?
I know. And so of course I commented and I
like
was
I
like,
didn't like I was waiting. Like I don't know if you saw my face while you were reading it, but like I was waiting. I was waiting for it to like be backhanded.
turned. No, she was the sweetest because like she can see what my mission is about to validate. Like when I first found out that I was one of 7, I did have those thoughts of what the hell, why just me? But then as I
Right.
processed it and been like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I
Mhm.
understand her decision because yeah, I could be like a lot of these people, like
Right. No, yeah,
that
absolutely.
are so like, because one of them, she's like, oh, she's a piece of shit. One of them says, oh my gosh, she's full of shit. Um, there's a lot of them that like, oh, one of them is like, why couldn't she keep her legs closed? One girl that I
They did
tried,
not say that.
I want to find the one where the girl just tried to banter back with me. Cause like, oh, maybe it's this one right here. Maybe I found it. Okay. So she said, that would make me upset as well. How come she didn't keep you and not have more kids? Will we never know? And I said, she actually had a lot of family that raised her kids and it became too much. Now that I know her and I know her reasoning and I know she did what she thought was best. And she said, true. Yeah, but still, that's so hard on the family and the kids. She was not taking care of herself. So she couldn't get pregnant, or were those things not available to her? I don't
How that
understand
is
how
none of your business.
I don't understand how a mother could do this, but okay. I'm glad you know her and her quote, quote, reasons, and 13 dumbass people liked it.
See, okay, that lines up with someone else who said that she was a mother in a third world country that got pregnant at the age of 14 and she didn't give her child up. And she commented that she was like, so why would you do it in America? And I was like, congratulations
Yeah.
for what you did. Here's a gold star.
Yeah.
Not every, like, I don't understand why you're saying, oh, I did it, so everyone else has to.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like that person right there.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Good. Good. You don't need to. Obviously, that is beyond your capabilities of understanding, man. What?
No, and seriously, I think we do need to get some birth mamas on here because
We
like
really do.
they can straight up like I said, I know 2 amazing ones that were both teen mamas. One was hardcore into drugs, and that's a lot of stipulation people get too that I've been asked. Oh, was she on drugs and so she like couldn't like take care of you? Like, for real? And I'm trying to think how old. I don't think she was a teen mom either. My birth mom. I think she was just not in a situation or a point in her life. Like she says that. I have letters that say that financially she just couldn't support me and she knew that. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like that's the thing. Is like technically mine was she was
yeah.
19,
Yeah.
but at the same time, the decision's the decision. It doesn't.
Right.
I don't understand why everyone feels that their voice needs to be heard
Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
about this.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if they don't know your bio mom,
Right.
you don't know mine
Yeah.
or any bio mom. Like,
Yeah.
you can't,
Yeah.
you just can't. Like, I
Well,
can't believe people, I can't believe people like actually took the time to type that out onto your Instagram.
yeah.
And like, because you can put way more characters in an Instagram comment than you can in a
On TikTok.
on TikTok. Now,
Yeah.
granted, some people went above and beyond and did like 5 comments, like one after the other, like on the same thing, like they responded to themselves to get that, but they just have no more time. But with yours, the fact that they,
I know. I'm like, why are you sitting down to write a novel? You don't even know who the hell I am.
it's like, hey, it's like, listen, if you want somebody who is adopted or believes in adoption and they think like you do, go see Baby Be Brave on Instagram if you want to talk about negativity. I'll give her a shout out on that. If you want to talk with somebody who wants to have those little banter moments that they were trying to have with you, go see Baby Be Brave. She's all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally unfollowed her, by the way.
Yeah. I can't do it.
I can't. I can't. That kind of those kind of comments, that's why people are so terrified of adoption.
Yeah. Well, and it drives me nuts because these people who just blast the negativity, they get so many followers. And I'm like, I bust my ass to show the positivity. And it's like one new follower, which it's not about followers, but I'm like, why can't I spread the light more of happiness with people? And these people who want to be so damn negative about everything, they get so much attention.
I will never understand the negativity aspect behind it and how it gets so much attention. But if you think about it, if you're driving down the road, you see a wreck on the side of the road, and when the car,
it's true. It's so
it's
true.
like we have, it's like we want to know. That's the reason why the Real Housewives
yeah
TV shows are so popular. The Kardashians are so popular. That's why all these reality shows are so popular, because they're waiting for something bad to happen.
Right, exactly.
I'm so guilty of it too. But
no, me too.
I mean, but it's kind of like, it's almost like as human beings, we can't accept that it can be just great. Like you were reading that positive comment that was left. I mean, you saw my face. I was waiting. Waiting for it just to go. And it never did.
Yeah. I've had a lot of, I hate saying it, parents who are looking to adopt start to follow me. And I know with you too, because we're positive about it. Like we acknowledge the anguish and the hurt, but we don't sit and wallow in it. And I think you're going to hear that from us every time we talk, because
absolutely
it does no good.
It doesn't do anyone any good to sit there and wallow. Now, that doesn't mean you're not allowed to feel your feelings.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you're not allowed to be upset, be angry, be mad, whatever your feeling is, you're allowed to have it. You're allowed to feel it. You're allowed to do it. Are you allowed to wallow in it or remain in it? Absolutely not.
Right.
Because it doesn't do anybody any good.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know. People like that really bother me. Like, agreed. It's just, there's no reason to do that. You know what I mean? Like there's
100% agreed. Yeah.
Hurt people. I feel like we say that a lot on here too.
We do, because it is true. So anything else? I feel like this is kind of drawn on. I don't want to go.
I feel like we kind of did a pretty good job. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll make a part 2. Who knows? You know, people
it's true.
Still keep saying stuff, and we could probably talk about this for hours.
Seriously, we should like randomly once a month do a jackass moment.
Oh my gosh, we should just collect them and just be like, this is what God said to me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just we'll almost make it like a little game.
It's true.
We'll feel like maybe we can come up with like a little game for y'all to listen to us play, like a trivia game or something. with joke moments that people say to us.
Seriously though, that's
it's kind of like as angry as it makes us. It's almost like you have to have fun with it and just be like, you know what, these people suck. They're going through something. Like I hate it for them, but
right. Exactly.
I don't know. I think for me, like the only final thought, I guess, if we're doing final thoughts, like I almost feel like it's final thoughts with Terry. And if no one knows what I mean, that's listening to this, like, you laugh, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all can Google that and see what comes up, because you know, Jerry used to be like the coolest and now it's just weird. I think for me, it just summing it up in what I told you whenever we were first figuring out what we were going to talk about, is knowing the value in the verbiage you use. Because there's a lot of value in your verbiage. And that's just in life in general, but especially whenever you're trying to have a conversation, I think with adoptees or like parents or biological parents or siblings or whomever, you just want to be careful. I don't want to say careful, like don't walk on eggshells and don't tiptoe around, because you don't have to do that, but be very aware that they may correct you or educate you as to how they like things to be said to them. But yeah, that would be it for me.
No, I think that's great. And like, amen to everything you said. Just like, luckily, I feel like most people, they genuinely, truly want to learn and they want to have an open heart. And when they say things and you can tell if people are trying to be nasty, and you can tell if people are really trying to just, figure it out, and just be nice to people, guys. The world is already so freaking crazy. Like,
that's so true.
I just can't even. So
just be kind. And even if you have those moments when you're not kind, apologize and just move on from it. Like,
agreed.
Like just be mindful. Just
Yeah.
be mindful. Too
100%.
many horrible things are going on in the world, especially like, here recently. There's just been a lot of bad stuff happening, and we only have each other.
It's true.
I mean,
It's so true.
we do have God, but we need to be the light of God by being
Agreed.
kind to others.
It's true.
So
Spread love and kindness. Talked about that on my
absolutely.
Instagram today. Anyway. Okay. Well, yay. I love this. Tuesdays have officially become my favorite day, but you guys don't listen to them till Wednesdays, which is totally fine.
It's
But
like
like, I love it. I love it. I love
Tuesdays
it.
are our official favorite day. Wednesday's theirs because everyone hears us. Let's just be real.
Yes.
Let's just be real.
So obviously you'll hear it in the end too. But thanks guys for listening to us this week and sitting down and enjoying and chatting. Hopefully it was helpful. As always, if you guys like give us ideas, please like don't feel free, reach out to us. Like right now you can't on Delancey on Instagram, but hit her up on TikTok.
Hit me up on
Instagram.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like let us know because we're happy to talk about anything and everything. And we need to start getting like I think some guests on because I think they'll have a little bit more insight on areas that we're not very strong in per se, like birth mamas and
Absolutely.
parents who have adopted because they'll have more of a say, we're from an adoptee perspective, but it'd be fun to get, and we can get other adoptees too, because we all feel different, on certain things.
We do all feel different. And it's like birth parents, adoptive parents, like all that good stuff, other adoptees. And then like, don't forget like siblings too.
Oh yes. Yes. We do want to bring other
siblings do have strong feelings on it.
Very much so. So yes. Okay. Thanks so much guys for listening. And yeah.